Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation for the day is Sri Rag Mahalla Pehla, Kungu ki Kaya, Ratna ki Lalita, Agar Vast Tan Saas, 68 Tirat ka Mukhatikka, Titkat Mat Vigas, Utmatti Salahana, Sach Naam Guntas, Baba Hor Mat Hor, ਜੇ ਸੋ ਵੇਰ ਕਮਾਈਐ ਕੂੜੇ ਕੂੜਾ ਜੋਰ ਰਹਾਓ ਪੂਜ ਲੱਗੇ ਪੀਰ ਆਖੀਐ ਸਭ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਨਾਉ ਸਦਾਏ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੋਵੈ ਸਿੱਧ ਸੁਮਾਰ ਜਾਂ ਪਤ ਲੇਖੇ ਨਾ ਪਵੈ ਸੱਬਾ ਪੂਜ ਖੁਆਰ ਜਿਨ ਕੋ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਥਾਪਿਆ ਤਿਨ ਮੇਟ ਨ ਸਕੈ ਕੋਇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਾਮ ਨਿਧਾਨ ਹੈ ਨਾਮੋ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਹੋਏ ਨਾਉ ਪੂਜੀਐ ਨਾਉ ਮੰਨੀਐ ਅਖੰਡ ਸਦਾ ਸਚ ਸੋਏ ਖੇਹੂ ਖੇਹ ਰਲਾਈਐ ਤਾਂ ਜੀਓ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੋਏ ਜਲੀਆਂ ਸਭ ਸਿਆਣਪਾਂ ਉੱਠੀ ਚਲਿਆ ਰੋਏ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਵਿਸਾਰੀਐ ਦਰ ਗਿਆ ਕਿਆ ਹੋਏ. So let's reflect on the message here. The Rahau Pankti, which is where the central message is lodged, reads, Baba hor mat hor, jeso ver kamaiye, kuda jor. Translated, my mind, looking elsewhere, where? To another understanding, only leads us astray. No matter that we repeat the process 100 times, it only serves to strengthen the delusion. So the question becomes, what is that misunderstanding which tends to perpetuate itself, or what is it that we are perpetuating? And the answer is pointed to in the first section of this verse. Guru Nanak here highlights two practices that were and remain very widespread in Indian culture. One is the formalized ceremonial worship, which is also called a puja, and the second is the practice of going to pilgrimages. So now this worship requires the use of saffron to anoint and sanctify the idol, the burning of an incense stick for fragrance, and along with it, offerings are made. But Guruji here uses the body metaphor and says instead, Kungu ki kaya, anoint the body instead. Make the body the saffron-like adornment. In other words, sanctify the body as a temple, as that sacred space where the Creator resides in its fullness. And that is the pilgrimage where the mind or the understanding wears the frontal mark, the tikka of Guru wisdom, of enlightenment. 68 Tirat ka Mukhatikka, Titkat Mat Vigas. That is where the understanding flowers. And then he continues, make your speech the jewel offering, your breath the incense fragrance, Ratna ki Lalita, Agar Vastan Saas. So the Guru would have us decorate the altar of the body with the jewel of speech, cultivated speech, and the fragrance of humility. This is true worship, according to Guru Nanak. All else is false. Baba hor mat hor. So he's referring to external ritual. Even if it is repeated endlessly, only burdens the delusions of the mind. Je so ver kamaiye, kuda jor. It only strengthens that falsehood. So the question is, why is it false? Because it does not lead to knowledge of the self, which is the goal. It only perpetuates the ignorance of the mind. Because, as you know, a lot of these practices come to be done mindlessly. One isn't even aware of why one is doing it. And the other aspect of this is that self-knowledge comes only from self-inquiry, for which the Guru Guide is an absolute requirement. And then in the rest of the passage, he amplifies the point further. These external practices, he warns us, could bring you fame, adulation, and power over others, as in religious leadership, but it can harden the ego. So, put another way, the approach of external ceremonial worship of pilgrimages is a barren one because it does not bear fruit. Ja pat lekhe na pave, sabbe pooch khwar. Here the goal is pat lekhe pave, meaning uniting with the self. That doesn't happen. That's why these are false. So what might we take away from this? Obviously, the worship that Guru Nanak is talking about consists in developing a cultured individual characterized by a healthy body, cultivated speech, and heightened self-awareness. So attend to the body. Don't abuse it. And secondly, think before you shoot your mouth off. Use words that will win others over, that will warm others, not alienate them. Words are important. They're loaded, and they can be weapons. So be careful. And self-inquiry and self-knowledge is the never-ending path to be on. So we leave you with these thoughts until the next time. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.